Yo, what's good? What's good? What's good to everybody? It's Sports Talk America! It's your boy, Mr. Franchise, aka that dude.com, aka the greatest sports analyst to ever buzz the sports waves, here with you for another Nothing But Sports show on Nothing But Sports Central Radio. I'm your host, Jay Franchise. With me tonight, I got my boy from San Jose, California. They call him the certified hater. I call him Mr. Ron Keogh. What's good, Keogh?
It's good to see you back on here.
Thank you, sir.
For those of you wondering where Justin is at, he is currently on vacation right now. He's currently in Las Vegas right now, so I hope he enjoys his fun time over there.
Most definitely. Hey, let's go ahead and get into these topics, man. Tonight we're going to,
get it.
It's going to be very, very interesting. We're going to talk about some NBA playoffs. We're going to probably get into a little bit of boxing. But first, what I want to talk about is with Anthony Davis being hurt right now, what are the Lakers' chances of winning this series versus the Phoenix Suns?
Oh man, I'm gonna say 50%. I think they still have. So here's the thing, though. I think it's 50%. I think they still have a chance. I mean, I understand how great Anthony Davis is, but come on now, like one player, it doesn't make you want to give up and say, oh, okay, we have no chance at the series. This series is over. I just think that I just don't think one individual, even though he's really good, can't change that. Last time I checked, people were praising that LeBron James is the best player in the world. Last time I checked, people was putting this guy in the GOAT conversation. All of a sudden, LeBron James, people are questioning if he could carry this Lakers team. He better. If the Lakers sign him for with desperate way, just go sign this guy, and on top of that, you sign all these high profile names during the off season, and it's for situations like this that you're dealing with right now. So I don't think anybody should question it. I think they still do have a chance. It's slightly favored Phoenix right now. Phoenix got a huge favorite right now, including going to this game. The Lakers are underdogs the first time in the series. I think they still have a chance, but I would be a little bit worried, though, if I'm the Los Angeles Lakers.
A little bit worried? You thinking a little bit worried? Brother, they should be very worried. Like, LeBron's not doing this by himself. First of all, let me address this nonsense that Keogh just spewed. I didn't put LeBron in no GOAT conversation. I don't think he's the GOAT. I don't know why we even say this about this guy. I'm going to be honest, I'm a LeBron hater. You know me, I'm a LeBron hater. Until LeBron knows how to truly post somebody up and shoot a fadeaway the correct way, I'm a hater. Okay? That's starting off number one. Okay? Number two, with Anthony Davis on the floor, the Lakers are very potent because there's nobody in their right mind that can actually guard Anthony Davis straight up. DeAndre Ayton cannot guard Anthony Davis. Jay Crowder can't guard him. I mean, they threw different. They threw Frank Kaminsky couldn't guard him. They threw so many different things at him, and they just can't guard him. So Anthony Davis provides a whole nother dynamic to that team that makes guys like LeBron to be able to free flow and move around on the floor, right? He also makes guys like Andre Drummond better. He makes Dennis Schroeder look good. He makes guys like Kyle Kuzma go from below average to average. He makes guys like Alex Caruso, aka I can't stand his headband, look good. I'm sorry. No AD Game 5 in Phoenix, the Lakers are in ultra trouble. And there's a rumor out there, if the Lakers lose in the first round, and I'm telling you right now, it's gonna happen. If the Lakers lose in the first round, this squad gets scrapped. Scrapped. They're gonna tear this team down. And don't be surprised if, and I'm going to say this too, and people are going to get shot. Oh, there goes the franchise talking. LeBron James is going to get traded. You hear it first. LeBron will get
Dude,
traded.
really?
30. Look, listen to me. I want people to think about this. LeBron just came off an ankle injury. You're asking LeBron James and a bunch of scrubs to be Chris Paul, Devin Booker, DeAndre Ayton, Miles Bridges. Oh, Cameron Payne even balled out. You're telling me you want them to beat? No, they're not beating. The Lakers are not beating this squad, bro. Unless they play like a 1-2-2 or some crazy zone, maybe. But they don't have no, like, bro. No, not at all. None. 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 This squad gets scrapped.
Oh, you tripping, man? Really?
And not to mention, let's really
there's no way they're
like,
gonna.
they've already said Anthony Davis is ruled out. They've already came out and said they're gonna sit him out. That's one. Number two, it's a groin injury. That's a very delicate injury. I think he's a lot more hurt than the Lakers are putting out there. They're thinking he's going to be optimistic to play, but if I just don't see LeBron pulling it, bro. LeBron can't do this by himself.
He's carried teams before, and I think he could do it again.
How
Obviously,
many minutes will LeBron have to play in order for them to win?
Probably close to 40 minutes.
Close to 40 minutes? so you do know there's 4 12-minute quarters, right? So that's 48 minutes.
Yeah.
How many minutes will LeBron James have to play for the LA Lakers to beat the Phoenix Suns? I want to hear it out of your mouth, sir.
I'm gonna say 40 plus minutes.
40 plus? I'm gonna say it right now. He's gonna need every last second of them 48 minutes to pull it off.
No,
and that might not even be enough.
All right, man. Come on now. Really? They're not going to reset. They're not going to reset this team because
they have to.
Because they possibly could get a first round exit, which is it's not their fault. They were plagued through a lot of injuries, and you dealt with COVID this year also. So I'm not gonna give them a reset. And they've already came out and said Andre Drummond, he's not no short-term plan. He's a long-term plan with them. Like they plan to have him there for a good amount of time.
Long-term relationships. Look, bro, they might say, "Hey, we want it for a long-term relationship," but in the NBA, that equates to about 3 months. But go ahead.
No, I don't think they're gonna do a reset. Even if they do lose, man, I just think they dealt with a lot of injuries, and if they do lose, I just don't think they're gonna reset that team. There's no way they're gonna reset that team. Jeannie Buss,
Brother,
Jeannie Buss, you know how she is. She has that championship pedigree. She wants the Lakers relevant, always wanting to be a contender. There's no way that she's gonna reset this team, and I think those core guys are gonna stay. LeBron, AD's gonna stay. Drummond's gonna stay. But I just don't see it happening, and I do think the Lakers have a chance. I'm not ruling them out
to
because
do what?
if they win this game, if they win this game, they're going back to LA, and I'm pretty sure if they
What they
have
gonna
that
say?
confidence, if they have the confidence in the world that they could win this game tonight, they're gonna have all the confidence in the world that they could win the game when they go back to Los Angeles.
Hey, Kill, what do they have a chance to do?
They have a chance to win this game.
Man, you lost your mind. Next topic. Oh, please. There's no way. None. LeBron is. I don't even think LeBron's at 100%. You really think, bro? No, no. They're gonna need a Herculean effort from somebody other than LeBron James. At least two.
And I do think we will see it
Evan,
tonight. We're gonna
from
see it tonight.
who?
You're gonna find out.
Okay, let me ask this question: who outside of LeBron James can score 22 points?
I think Dennis Schroeder could score at least 20 points. I think Drummond could give you that type of game also.
Child, please. Next topic.
You'll see. You'll find out tonight.
Hey, bro, don't show up on my show next week if you don't do it. That's all I'm gonna say. If you love yourself, don't show up on the show next week. He don't score over 20 in
Yeah,
LA lose.
yeah, right. This is the same guy who picked the Grizzlies to win last night. Really?
I like John Moran. Ja was struggling, man. That joint had my heart hurting, man. I'm just being honest. John had my
All right,
whole heart hurting. But let's move right along, man.
let's go.
Who's your most disappointing and most impressive players thus far in the first round of the playoffs?
Okay, I'm gonna go with disappointing first. Um, we may agree on this one. I got two that's clearly disappointing, and I'm gonna go with Jimmy Butler, and I'm gonna go with Julius Randle. I think those two guys have been the most disappointing. Jimmy Butler. I think I told you this off air. Jimmy Butler, Brandon Forbes, the bench player from the Milwaukee Bucks, has more points than him in this series. They got swept, man. Like that was embarrassing for Miami, and I feel ashamed. I thought this was going to be a really interesting series. Shout out to True. He called this series. He was like, "Dude, they're gonna sweep them, or they're gonna win in five, and they're gonna make a statement in this series." And that's what exactly they did, man. And Jimmy Butler did not show up in any game, man. He disappeared, man. We didn't know where he was at. He wasn't a factor at all. Then you go back to Julius Randle. Julius Randle, like, I don't know what's wrong with him, man. This looks like the Julius Randle in the Los Angeles Lakers. This doesn't look like the most improved player. This doesn't look like the guy people said was an MVP candidate. So I think those guys are the most disappointing players.
So I'm gonna agree with you about Julius Randle. Jimmy Butler, you're just being a little disrespectful. He's got a whole team that he needs help. Jimmy Butler needs help. I mean, Oladipo was supposed to be the help, and he wasn't the help because Oladipo's hurt. Now, in terms of Julius Randle, I think it's playoff jitters. It's sad to see him play like this, coming off of the type of season he has played in. Um, I'm gonna go a different direction, and I'm going to say the player who's been the most disappointing to watch thus far, and this is just my personal opinion. Um, even though he sat out last game, I'm extremely disappointed in Kimball Walker.
Wow.
I think that when you pay a guy over $30 million, and granted, we all know Kimball's got some nagging injuries, but bruh, we paid you for this moment. We paid you for this moment, and you're not stepping up. Kimber, we could have kept Terry Rozier for all we cared for that nonsense that you're doing right now. We could have kept Terry Rozier, and we'd have been straight. We'd have been all right. But we chose to trade for you and sign you to this big deal. And now we ain't getting what we deserve. Kimber, you're looking like hot garbage. You making us look bad right now in these streets. Okay? Now, my most impressive player. Did you say your impressive player yet or no?
No, I was about to do that after you said you're most. Yeah, I'll do that next. So most impressive, man. I think when it comes to most impressive, I think the teams that's actually like losing right now, I think some of those players have been impressive. Like okay, so I think John Morant, he's been really impressive lately. Especially his first playoff appearance, he's dropping 40s on you. So and then you got Jason Tatum the last two games averaging close to 40 points a game. I think the guy I said Julius Randle was the most disappointing, but I think for the Knicks, man, Derrick Rose, man, he's been really impressive. Um Hey, hold on, man. Dude, to be honest with you,
Who's
Derrick
your
Rose.
most impressive, man? I need to hear your most impressive. So I so
Okay,
so I could I got a name right now and it's bubbling, but I'm just like, yo, I need you to get to it because if you said Derrick Rose and I'm like, okay.
okay, so all right, so okay, okay, so outside of that, the most impressive player in the in the first round of the NBA playoff, I'm gonna go with Luca Doncic, man. Um, he's been the most impressive, man. Like the numbers outside of yesterday's game, I know he was nagging with the injury. The numbers the dude's been able to put up, um, putting putting what is that? Putting the Clippers right now against their backs right now. They it's because of Luca Doncic, man, and they can't guard him, man. Like they send Paul George to him, they send Kawhi to him, they even send Patrick Beverly to him. Two of the best, three of the best perimeter defenders in the game right now, and you have no type of answer for Luca right now, and I think he has been the most impressive player in the playoffs right now.
You ready?
Yeah.
The most impressive player, and it's not even close. It's Kevin Durant. It's Kevin Durant. KD's unstoppable right now. Who's been able to stop this dude? Nobody. Nobody. He stops himself. When you averaging when you're averaging 36 almost 35 points a game, 8 boards, 3 assists, and 2 steals, and 2 blocks a game, that's a problem. Kevin Durant is balling. I was gonna say Joel Embiid, but I'm sorry, man. Kevin Durant is balling. I like what Jokic is doing, but Kevin Durant balling. Bottom line, Kevin Durant is flat out balling. Um, he's literally shooting over people at will whenever he wants to. He gets whatever shot he wants whenever he wants to. If Brooklyn needs a bucket, they go into Kevin Durant. It's just what it is. Kyrie, okay, you're like this is my take. Kevin Durant is Batman, James Harden is Robin, and Kyrie Irving is the butler. Okay, it's just what it is. Okay, at this junction, it's Kevin Durant, hands down. It's Kevin Durant at this point, and it's not even close. All right, let's move right on to our next topic. What injured superstar impacts their team the most? Out of AD, Luca, and Joel Embiid. And right now, AD has the groin injury, Luca has the neck injury, and Embiid has a knee injury. Who has the most impactful injury of the three superstars?
I'm gonna say Joel Embiid and the Sixers, dude. Just we look at the series and the way Embiid has been dominating the series, like the Wizards have no answer for him at all. So when he exited in the first half, which caught me off guard, I was definitely surprised by it. The game flipped. The game plan flipped for Doc Rivers. He had to change the game plan. It was different adjustments made. And you look at the points in the paint compared to the first half to the second half, the Wizards was dominating in that area, man. And
Mm-hmm.
um Philadelphia struggled in that game mildly, man. Like they really struggled. They couldn't generate no type of offense. I think when you look at this, Embiid makes this offense goes. The offense goes through Embiid, and Ben Simmons was. Well, I'll get to that later. We're gonna talk about that later.
Say it with me.
um, you know,
Pedestrian.
I'll give credit to Tobias Harris. I think Tobias Harris was the only guy that was, I guess you could say, that was generating any type of offense at all. But man, the Sixers, they don't look like the number one seed last night, man, and they lost last night, and I won't be surprised if they lose in Philadelphia. I wouldn't be surprised if we go to Game 6, man. Like I would be worried as a Sixers fan. Like for the Dallas Mavericks, I think they got enough. I think they got a good supporting cast. Like I didn't think that the Mavericks had a chance against the Clippers anyways. I thought they were going to lose the series. Even when they were down 2-0, I thought they were going to come back, and look, guess what? They came back. When you look at Anthony Davis, like I said, the Lakers still have a chance, man. Even though you don't like that, I think they I
What
think
do
they
they have
still
a
have a
chance?
chance. But I think the
What
one
do
that
they
the team
have
it hurt.
a chance to do? What do they have a chance to do?
Hold on, man. We're not look at you. You always want to bring it back to the Lakers, man. I'm talking about Joel Embiid. That's the most impactful guy, man. The
You
impactful
said
guy
AD
hurt.
without AD, they have a chance to. They have a chance to do what?
They have. You talking about the Sixers?
I'm talking about Anthony Davis being out. They have a chance. The
It's
Lakers have
not.
a chance to
It's
do
not.
what?
It's so. I'm going back to the topic. Playoff in the West with the Mavericks, they'll still be a playoff team. You telling me you trust you trust who you trust more? You trust the Lakers more, you trust the Sixers more without those their superstars. Because LeBron, he could get to the basket. LeBron, he could shoot the ball. We know what Ben Simmons can't do. That we'll let you take a jump shot and you won't even make 50% of it. But with that being said, I'm going with the 76ers, Joel Embiid. That has the biggest impact out of the other two stars that's out right now on their team.
Okay, let me break something down to you, Keo. I agree with you with the standpoint that without Joel Embiid, that team is very pedestrian. They do look very lost in terms of trying to figure out what makes sense for that team to work. Where who is your number one option? Who's your second option? Because I'm gonna be honest with you, leaving Ben Simmons as a shooter, you're in trouble. Tobias Harris does enough, but not enough. Um, and you could tell Doc Rivers' number one plan was to go to Embiid, go to Embiid, go to Embiid. And oh, by the way, go to Embiid. Um, with Luca Doncic, I don't think you even win a game without Luca. You need Luca, like they need Luca Doncic. I don't think the supporting cast has enough to get over the hump to beat a to beat the Clippers. I don't give a damn what anyone say. Anthony Davis being out, the Lakers trash. They are
Not as
trash.
trash as the Sixers.
What I will say is the Sixers look lost without him, without Embiid. The Lakers still can go, but they're not as good though. Like they're not as good. So to me, I'm gonna agree with you from the standpoint that I think Joel Embiid, his injury does matter more because I think the Wizards are about to bring. It depends on how serious the injury is. If Embiid's out 1 to 2 games, it could. If it's more on the 2 game side, this could go 7. But if it's more on the 1 game side, I think once he comes back, this series is over. So it
Uh,
just
re-
depends on how serious it is.
really quick before we go to the next topic. I know you in DC right now. Um, what's the vibe like in DC with the Wizards fans right now? Is it like we got a chance to win the series, or it's like, oh, maybe we could still make it competitive?
1 game at a time.
Oh, okay,
1 game at a time.
all
If
right.
if if you ask me of the pulse, it's literally 1 game at a time. If we can win in Philly, which is not an easy look, then we get game 6. We get game 6 at home. And we can take game 6 at home. Hey, let's see what happens in game 7. It's very tricky because, like I said, it just depends on where Embiid's knee is located. Like how bad his knee is. If his knee is really bad, if his knee is good enough to go for game 7, where they might have to put a minutes restriction. So we'll see. I mean, I do think not having Embiid does hurt though.
Okay.
All right. So now let's move along to our next topic.
All right. Let's go.
Did Doc Rivers make the right decision by keeping Ben Simmons in the game the final 5 minutes?
Okay, so I have discussions with a whole bunch of people about this, and they agree with me with the same thing. But I disagree with Doc Rivers. I'm taking him out of that game, man. Like, I'm sorry, dude. Like, he, like you said it earlier, man. Pedestrian, man. That's the key word. Like, people. I think they should have split Embiid and Simmons up a long time ago, man. Like Ben Simmons, he had the past couple of years to fix his jump shot, be a better jump shooter, be a better free throw shooter. Right now, man, he's he's gonna be the blame if they don't make it past this first round right now, man. He's gonna be the blame, the reason why they don't win a championship right now. Because last night I never seen anything like this before, man. As soon as they inbounded the ball, like for 3 straight possessions, they fouled Ben Simmons right away. They said, "Oh no, you ain't gonna let Tobias Harris beat us. You ain't gonna let Steph Curry pull up a shot, a wide open shot on us we're gonna let Ben Simmons beat us at the free throw line, and every time he went to the free throw line, he split the free throws. And dude, the dude was 2 for 6. The dude, I think it was like 4 for 20 in the series in the free throw line. Like really, like that's horrible, man. That's as bad as Shaq. I'm sorry, man. That's all bad. He should have taken him out. Like I would have ran somebody else at that point guard position, man. Like Maxey was playing pretty well as the point guard, man. He was making some huge plays, putting some floaters up. Uh, he made a huge three late in the fourth quarter. Like I'm taking Ben Simmons out, man, because he cost me that game last night, man. There was nobody else that cost me that game. Ben Simmons is the blame for that. And I also put the blame on Doc Rivers for not taking him out of the game. Come on, man. And Jay, you're a coach, man. You know what you're gonna do. And I know, and it's like, dude, you see players when Ben Simmons have the ball, they're going to the other guy to double team them, man. They said, "Go ahead, Ben Simmons, take that damn shot because you ain't gonna make it." And sometimes Ben Simmons scared to take the shot because they know that he can't make it. So if I was Doc Rivers, I would have taken them out of the game, and it ended up costing them the game because it hurted them. And the free throws, if he would have made at least like 4 or 5 free throws in the fourth quarter, they probably would have been in good position to win the game, and we wouldn't be talking about if the Wizards have a chance now. We would be talking about the Sixers and the Bucks. They should have taken them out of the game, man.
You ready? I'm gonna be honest. I don't like the ideology of people saying like, "Oh man, take Ben Simmons out. He's a liability," right? But when you cannot make a free throw, are you splitting free throws, and you can't make a jump shot, but you're a great defender? I'm playing offense for defense, defense for offense, meaning I'm going to be subbing you in and out strictly for defensive purposes. If you're the guy that they're following quite often to go to the line to shoot free throws, you're coming out, bro. You got to come out. Like, I'm Ben Simmons, man. 13 points, 12 boards. But I'm sorry, bro. You gotta make free throws, and you gotta be a more consistent jump shooter. Because right now you're only hindering the team right now. If Ben Simmons can knock down a jump shot right now, Ben's like the Sixers are a totally different team. They probably would be hands down like the number one. Like they would be like not just a hands down number one seed, but like they would literally be the toughest out and hands down. But because he can't make a jump shot, it makes them liable. And then you make 1 out of 2, but bro, if I'm playing the other end, I'm like, yo, I could score 2 points while you're only making 1 on the opposite end. That's +1 for me every time. Yeah, Ben, I'm sorry, bro. This is, man. Ben, if I were you, off season, go see Ray Ray.
So you're Doc Rivers, you're coaching that game, and you see them like as soon as they inbound the ball, they're intentionally fouling him right now. What you doing as a coach?
Get him out. He's got to go. If I think if I know me and the numbers that state that you just not a really good free throw shooter, you got to come out the game. You have to come out the game. Like, yeah, you got to go because you're not helping me. And if anything, if you're my star guy, offense for defense, defense for offense, and any great basketball coach will tell you, they would have said, you're playing defense, we'll get you back in. Look, when it's time for offense, we subbing you out as much as we can, if we can.
And check this stat out. Last night, Ben Simmons was 5 for 11 from the free throw line. He attempted more free throws at the free throw stripe than field goals he attempted. He only attempted 5 field goals, man. Really?
Horrible.
5 field goal attempts from your second best player, the guy that you pay big money to.
But what
That
I will tell you is this: I think he is probably pissed off, and he's probably like, "Yo, I got to get revenge." So I wouldn't be surprised if he comes out with a vengeance in Game 5. But I don't think it's enough because I think Russell and Bradley Beal done figured it out.
Yeah, Bradley Bill, he balled out yesterday.
I agree. So let's move right along. I don't want to. This is going to bother me. So let's move right along to some boxing. So
Yeah, baby.
this weekend, Floyd Mayweather will be fighting Logan Paul, okay, in an exhibition fight. How entertaining is this going to be? Please go ahead, Keo.
I think it's gonna be really entertaining, man. Um, I I'm gonna make a bold prediction, man, on this show right now, man. Mark my words, man. I got Logan Paul winning the fight.
Ow,
No, I'm just kidding.
ow,
I'm just kidding, man.
ow.
Hey, no, I'm just joking around. I've been trolling people all week, man, and they've been going crazy at me. Uh, I've said, I
Put your
said,
credentials in question.
but I think the fight is gonna be entertaining because I think Floyd, he's gonna make it entertaining. Um, just like he made it entertaining with the McGregor fight. Like Floyd could have ended McGregor, but he decided not to. I mean, um unless he did to that his opponent that he did in Japan, where he just knocked him out. Um man, I just think that he's facing the wrong Paul. I think Logan Paul could have been more, I guess, somewhat competitive. But at the end of the day, man, this is one of the greatest fighters of all time. It's Floyd Money Mayweather. He's never been beaten. One of the best counter punchers in the game. One of the best defensive fighters of all time when you talk about the sport of boxing. Um, but at the end of the day, man, this fight is it is gonna be entertaining. Um, some people feel like it's a disrespect to boxing, but but this fight's happening, man. At the end of the day, and I'll be tuning in to watch this fight just because I'm a boxing fan.
You're wasting $75. Just letting you know that now.
Nah, man, I'm streaming it for free. Woo!
You're illegal. So anyway, I don't care if it's Logan Paul, Sean Paul, John Paul, Scott Paul. I don't care if it's the whole Paul lineage. Ain't none of them fools beating Floyd Mayweather. Period. This is not even gonna be entertaining. This is gonna be terrible. This is gonna be horrible. Terrible. All mixed in one. This is gonna be a terrible fight. Um, I, I don't see Floyd winning this fight. I think this is going to be a joke. Let me rephrase that. I don't see Floyd losing the fight. I think this fight's going to be a joke. Um, I just don't. I don't see it. I just don't see it at all, and I don't get it. So for me, I'm just going to say it right now. If I watch it, it's either going to be off of YouTube or at somebody's house or somebody's bar because I ain't watching it. I am not giving
I'll send you.
$75.99 to
I'll
watch
send you. I'll
that.
send you the link to the fight.
I'm not even using my own internet to watch that fight. I'm not wasting bandwidth to watch that fight. I'm not watching that nonsense at all. Period. I like period. I'm not doing it. Okay? Now, The final topic of the evening, and this is even more disgraceful. Logan Paul is supposed to fight Tyron Woodley on August 28th. Your thoughts?
Um, I I like it, but I don't like it because the big question about if people want to take Logan Paul serious, he gotta fight somebody that has at least some type of amateur background, man. Like, dude, like he beat Ben Askren, he beat Nate Robinson, he beat some YouTuber, like, but um like Logan Paul, he's serious about boxing. Like he's serious about his craft and everything. And one thing that I gotta give credit to Logan Paul too, I gotta give credit to Logan Paul. He's making this sport exciting, man. He's still keeping this sport irrelevant. When the rest of these boxing promoters are scared to book these fights, Logan Paul's in. He's saying, "Hey, man, I'm gonna make some fights happen, man. Even though it's not, a fight that may not interest people, but that's the credit that you got to give him. I think he takes this boxing seriously. Like he's been training for 2-3 years to be a professional boxer, and all his matches are sanctioned by the boxing committee. He got his license and everything for it. He's a professional boxer. Like he takes it serious. You got to put somebody in the ring with him, not Tyrone Woodley. He's gonna knock Tyrone Woodley out, man. Like don't be surprised when that happens. Nobody expected. Like a lot of people were surprised with the Nate Robinson one. People were even more surprised with Ben Askren. Oh, he's an MMA fighter. He has no chance against him. But guess what? Logan Paul knocked him out. He's gonna knock Tyrone Woodley out, man. Tyrone Woodley has no business in the ring against a boxer. Like this dude ain't no joke, man. Put Logan Paul against an actual boxer that has some type of amateur background, and we'll see what type of boxer Logan Paul is, because putting him against these mixed martial arts, former UFC fighters, celebrities, they're gonna get knocked out, man. Like no Logan Paul, he ain't playing around with you, man. He's serious about this shit, dude.
You think he? Hey, man. I'm gonna just say this: Tyron Woodley is gonna knock this dude clean cut.
Yeah, right. Please, man.
He
No,
ain't
he's
like
not.
like Logan Paul's not taking this serious. He's out there
He is
swimming the
taking it
curves on
serious,
swimming.
man. Dude, that dude's he has his own gym. He's been trained the last 2-3 years as a
Okay,
professional boxer.
okay. Tyron Woodley about to bang his head in. All right, let's go ahead and get to our shout outs. Go ahead, Cleo.
All right, man. Yo, shout out to Jay Franchise, man. Good to see you back. MBS show, man. Make sure you tune into MBS. Let's talk about it tomorrow. Shout out to everybody from the MBS team. And I'm excited for this summer. The NBA playoffs. We got football around the corner. We got the Euros coming up. But besides that, man, everybody be safe out there. And once again, hope everybody had a safe and happy Memorial Day yesterday. But besides that, man, we'll be back next week.
So I want to send a special shout out again to the whole MBS crew. Shu, yourself for coming on today. Big Mike, Just Justin, Marlon, Yvonne, all the guys behind the scenes. I definitely want to send a special shout out to our military members out there, hustling and grinding. Amen. Stay strong out there. I want to give a shout out to our first responders that are helping all those get through COVID and how important that is. Also, I want to, I just want to say, from, one man to, I want to say this to all my high school graduates. Hey, remember, man, um, there's no limit to where you can and can't go in life. Stay focused, stay strong, be humble, and just keep grinding and stay hungry. To all my high school graduates. Finally, you know, some great words of advice. Um, you know, you know, in order to become, in order to become the 1%, you must do what 99%. You must do what the other 99% won't, right? So I say that to say there are people out there that will sacrifice and that will put in the extra mile or the extra work, while there are some people that are extremely content with life. Be that 1%, okay? And finally, there are some people that are supposed to they're supposed to own the McDonald's, and there are some people that are gonna just create the fries or make the fries. You pick that. But for me, I want to be the guy that owns McDonald's. Okay. So that being said, be the 1%, not the 99. All right. That being said, for Keo, I am Jay Franchise, aka that dude, aka the greatest analyst to ever buzz sports waves. Signing off. Peace.